Today, live from Lang Park, North Queensland meet Burleigh in the 10th Queensland Cup Grand Final. David Wright, North Queensland, their first time in a Grand Final. Burleigh defend their title.
You're right, Jerry. Great effort by the young guns to make their first Grand Final, but don't be misled by their title, the young guns. There's a blend of youth and experience in this side. 7 of the players have got NRL experience, 300 games more ahead of them.
And unlike the young guns, they have been playing every week of the final, so they are battle-hardened and they're very experienced. Let's take a look at the lineup. They've got one of the best. 5 grand finals he's played. Reggie Cressbrook at fullback.
And so the stage is set for another Queensland Cup Grand Final. And as we saw in the opener, we've had some magnificent games. And this should be a beauty. North Queensland, welcome to Grand Finals. And Burleigh, out they come to defend the premiership that they won last year in dramatic circumstances. They're a fabulous club. They've got a wonderful setup down on the Gold Coast.
The young guns make their first Grand Final. The first side connected with the Cowboys to make that Grand Final, and they'll like nothing more than to win this one this afternoon. They have been the premier club, certainly in the latter part of the season.
Rob, rather, when you hear his comments. Here we go. The Grand Final of 2005 is underway. Burleigh in the maroon colours receiving, and Ali Brown, their captain, taking the ball out. Well met. Daniel Strickland, the North Queensland captain, was one of those.
Standing wide again on the right this time. This time up to Jamin Lowe. Oh, high shot. A lazy high shot.
Adam Hutchison, the man.
Going to probably get away with this because he hung the arm out, but that was about as reckless and as careless as you can get.
He's put the points on. It's 2-0 in favour of North Queensland over Burleigh in the early stages. Only 8 minutes of 80 gone.
Organised thing on this side. Scott, there's Muspratt. He was trying to get people off his shoulder. He did. Found Strickland. Strickland with a bit of space. Up to David Miles. The man has got over 100 NRL games. Comes off the shoulder of the skipper. Muspratt, before that play, was signalling to players on his outside what he wanted them to do, to get off his shoulder, to have a couple of dummy runners. It's exactly what he got, and that's why the try eventuated.
You'll see here Adam Hutchison racing up there, trying to cut off the move early, and that just gave them a bit of an overlap.
Well, they've been given a few opportunities by the Bears. You won't want to continue to offer up opportunities like that because it'll cost you 6 points each time.
Neil Sweeney, the angle, Miles were running straight at the hole. We'll see it again here as it goes out to Matthew Scott, turning back inside Muspratt, and there he finds Strickland was it back inside, and David Miles running at that angle is able to finish off the try. He's out of the extras. It's North Queensland 8, Burleigh 0.
Well, the chances were there. Muspratt runs out of dummy half, gets away from the markers, over the try line, scored it. Well, he did well to get that ball down. It was more pushing and shoving. And Muspratt ran out of dummy half. He's elated.
Break away though, so it's 12-0 in favour of the young guns over Burleigh.
Way they're playing the young guns. They're not giving Burleigh anything as Reggie Cressbrook runs this back. All made through. Cressbrook then gave it a big opening on the outside. A Siri Lang. Trent Lease, has he got the pace? Trent Lease, yes he has. The man with the bug knee. He might have a bandage on it, but he can race away. Well, they made me, another push and shove. Well, they made me eat my words. I said they're giving Burleigh nothing. Well, they just gave him a try over 70 metres.
And Cressbrook had to follow across field. Now you can see there are 3 and 4 North Queensland players. There was a bit of a gap. Cressbrook went through it, put a Siri Lang into the open, and great work by Trent Lease to back him up and to accept the pass with the one hand and run away despite the bung knee. And he's about to make it 230. He has 230 points for the season, and now it's 12 points to 6. Which is, you can see what he was trying to do, but you just wonder whether... Here's a break anyway for North Queensland. The young guns, McConnell, a great chance. Back inside, he finds Sweeney. Can Lease get to Sweeney? Sweeney's away and will score for the young guns. They're in again under the goalpost, and it's 16 points to 6.
What a counter-attack from the young guns. They punched through this line a few times. Then they got the backup this time. They didn't need to have one-on-one to take on the fullback. This time the support was there. Pass from Anderson, nice work up to McConnell, who's been dangerous every time he's touched the ball. Sweeney looks for support back on the inside. Trent Lease tries his best to chase him down, but Sweeney always had the pace on him.
A 10-point break, and it should be a 12-point break. And he's out of the extras, Neil Sweeney, so he's scored the 6 there, and it's now 18 points to 6 in favour of North Queensland.
Deep enough. He's not going to need it. He's not going to want it. Up to Muspratt. Chip over the top. Good kick it is too. Sweeney couldn't handle. Surely it's been knocked on, hasn't it? We're going to go to the video referee.
He's standing back while he think about it. Instead, Amos might have scored a try.
Yes.
He has. Clint Amos. It's all over. The Young Guns are pretty well sure of taking their first ever Queensland Cup. Great vision there from Clint Amos. Saw the chance was there. White line fever and over, keeping low, driving forward, reaching and putting it down. Yeah. The icing on the cake. Between the uprights it goes, 24-6. The Young Guns, with just 8 minutes to go, are home and hosed. So the Young Guns in possession. They'll be keen to ensure that they do everything right from now on. A break by Daniel Strickland, the captain. Got a man alongside him, that's Burleigh. He'll score the try out of the goalpost. That is fairy floss or whatever on top of frosting on top of the icing for Jason Burleigh for the North Queensland Young Guns. And now it's party time. 28 points to 6.
Well, Burleigh was on the losing side last year when he was with the Tigers up against Burleigh. He's had sweet revenge today. They've done this so well, the Young Guns. They've made busts from a long way out, and then they've had backup. Have a look at this. Daniel Strickland, beautiful step there to beat Bowles, and then you've got to have that backup. They've got players coming from everywhere. Burleigh had support on the outside there by Bromley as well if needed. He wasn't, and they've really asserted their supremacy now.
What a magic moment that was for Jason Burleigh as well. There's the conversion. It's 30 points to 6 in favour of the Young Guns. A beautiful half. They're in no hurry now, the Young Guns. Nice little kick by McConnell. He's been knocked over, but it's been pinched anyway by that man, Shane Muspratt. They keep it alive to McWilliams. Back inside to Muspratt. Over the top. A brilliant try to David Miles. The Cowboys, the Young Guns, call them what you will. North Queensland is partying. It's party time in the north. Look at that. Oh, wow. And Shane Muspratt, if you're not the man of the match, the player of the year, I'd be amazed.
Sparkly attack up the middle of the ruck. Little chip over the top, McConnell. They're prepared to try anything. Muspratt was the man on the ball. That's only the first time he handles in this movement. Good pass there by Coop, back on the outside. McWilliam back to Muspratt. Pops it over the top to the man on the outside in Miles. That's a fine try. And worthy premiers. And there's plenty of celebration here. And will this be the platform from which the Cowboys can launch their assault tonight on the Melbourne Storm?
Half minutes left in the match. He's out of the extras. It's 36-6. The Young Guns over Burleigh. There we go. What will they do with it? Immediately from Hicks out to Cressbrook. Little kick over the top by Cressbrook. Covered by Miles. He puts it into touch. All over. The celebrations start for a magnificent team, the Young Guns. What a magnificent run into the grand final. And then to have taken on Burleigh, the premiers from last year, and to have beaten them by 30 points speaks extremely highly of the calibre, of the skill, and of the heart of these youngsters from the north. And I'm sure right throughout North Queensland at the moment, the champagne corks are popping. It's a time to celebrate a fabulous moment for an area which has produced so many great rugby league players over so many years. And as the Young Guns receive their grand final medals, they're the premiers in the Queensland Cup for 2005, with David Miles scoring 2 tries. Muspratt, what a game he had, including a try. Sweeney, Amos and Burleigh also scored. Sweeney kicking 6 from 7, a tremendous kicking effort. And for Burleigh, Trent Lease scoring the try that brought them back into the game. Reggie Cressbrook kicking the conversion. But the North Queensland Young Guns, too good, 36-6. They're the Queensland Cup champions.